What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? According to the Popos, a 5 months pregnant librarian from Florida, whom the internet is calling an aggressive Karen, has been shot and killed after intentionally hitting a motorcyclist with her car, then fleeing the scene before being gunned down in an armed confrontation. 35-year-old Sarah Nicole Morales was shot dead by 40-year-old Andrew Deere after allegedly pulling a gun on the motorcyclist who had followed the woman to her Orange City home after she fled the scene. Her family said that she was 5 months pregnant with a child who did not survive. Morales also leaves behind an 11-year-old daughter and a fiance. The incident unfolded just around 5:15 p.m. on Saturday when officers received a 911 call reporting a hit-and-run accident, according to police in Orange City, located about 45 miles of Orlando. Deere, who was not injured, followed Morales' kill along with witnesses in an effort to prevent her from escaping until police arrived. They tried to stop Morales from making a turn at a nearby intersection, telling her to stay put until officers responded to the scene, but the woman refused and drove away. Morales ultimately pulled over in front of her home in the 1000 block of East Wisconsin Avenue, went inside and came back out pointing that thing at Deere and the witnesses who were on the phone with the 911 operator. Morales also called 911, and check this out, fam, told the operator that she was being accosted by aggressive men. And on the recording, she could be heard saying, "You're 3 men, you followed me, leave me alone." Next thing you know, Deere popping that thing at her. He shot 8 times, took her down, out of here. End of story. Who's right, who's wrong, fam? Who's right, who's wrong? Now, here's how I see it. You see, the number one rule with a gun, don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. And you got to be ready to use it. That's number one. Always remember that. I don't care what the situation is, because guess what, fam? Once you pull that thing out, you're going to prompt somebody else to pull that thing out. And they may not be as hesitant as you are. So you got to be ready. Even if you're right, even if you're in the right and you pull it out, you got to be ready to blast, because once you pull that thing out, it's a threat. And I'm going to tell you something straight up, fam. If I get the drop on you, I'm not taking a chance. Because when a person got a gun out on you, they got your life in their hands. They can do whatever they want to do. At any point, they can decide to kill you, take you out. So I'd rather take my chances. If I get an opening, I get a shot at him, I'm going to take it, right? And I think that's what dude did. Now, some people may say, man, that's a damn shame that this pregnant woman lost her life. You got an unborn kid who died in this situation. And then you got a 11-year-old who's left motherless. But I'm going to tell you something, fam. From everything that I'm hearing, she caused it. From the intentional hitting the car. I don't say why she hit the car, but she intentionally hit the car. Now, had she stayed at the scene, perhaps she's still alive. Stayed until the police got there, perhaps she's still alive. But they say she actually stopped when she went back in the house. She went in the house to get the gun. She came back out. See, she forgot that everybody got a gun these days. So when you come out waving that gun, now you're a threat. And a person got a right, this, especially in Florida, to stand their ground. Now, it seems like to me, no guns, up until the time that she pulled the gun out, no guns was brandished. Nobody pulled out a gun. The dude only pulled out a gun when she pulled out the gun. When he saw her with the gun, that's when he pulled out his gun. So he's following her the whole time. Keep in mind, fam, he got hit. And he still didn't pull out a gun. So they followed her to make sure she didn't get away. Some people say, well, they could have just waited for the police, just got a license plate, and that should have been it, and she'd still be alive, perhaps. But he was not under no obligation to not pursue her. And I'm going to tell you, quite frankly, fam, it's too many people in this country that's hitting and running. It's too many people that's just hitting people and taking off. So when she came out with that gun and did not use it, she sealed her fate. She took a big gamble, like, I'm gonna go out here with this gun, I'm gonna wave this gun. I bet she didn't think for one moment that possibly those guys had guns and possibly was willing to use it. Because if she had thought that way, she would have done one or two things. Either came out shooting or stayed in the house until the police got there. This is a road rage incident that turned into a murder, and it happens all too often in wild, wild West America. People taking the law into their own hands. Hell, the law taking the law into their own hands. It's the wild, wild West out here, fam. She really, really put herself in a bad position. If she don't come out of that house with that gun, she's still alive. She put herself in a bad position, and she put her 11-year-old in a bad position. She put her unborn child in a bad position. It seemed like a woman who was unhinged. Don't know how long she's been dealing with that, but she seemed like somebody who would have a history of wild behavior. And she ran out of time. See, one thing about it, fam, you got to understand about life, everybody ain't playing. You may have gotten away with something 1,000 times, but everybody ain't playing. There's a girl in Houston, was a girl in Houston. She used to go around teasing people. I mean, she got a kick out of it, like teasing like anybody, even strangers. She'd walk up to somebody, like you could be standing in line at a restaurant, and I peeped her from a distance. Somebody could be standing in line at a restaurant, and she'll stand up right behind them with her friend. She always with a friend, because I guess this is how she got her kicks, this is how she felt important. This is how she got some attention. She'd stand right behind them and start, that is a ugly ass wig. Ooh, man, look at them pants he got on. Ooh, yuck. Them pants too tight on. Them pants is too baggy. That's an ugly shirt. I mean, she would say stuff like that, just pick people apart, and she wasn't no beauty queen, but she would pick people apart. Well, she did that one time too many. And she just started messing with this dude. She didn't even know the dude. She started ranking on this dude. And, the dude pulled out a gun and shot her dead. Say it with me, fam. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?